Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video on Lumber Capital Log Yard. I know it can appear on my videos as though we are more relaxed when it comes to our safety protocol, but in today's video I'm going to be going over all of the necessary safety precautions that we take every day to ensure that everybody remains safe at the log yard. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned and let's get into this video. It's raining out, but I don't know how else to show you guys. We have to step out into the rain here for a little bit. I just have to remind myself I'm not made of sugar. All right, anyhow, what I wanted to mention about our log yard is we actually designed it very specifically, well, the boss did, so that no backing up is necessary. That doesn't mean, of course, that we never throw her into reverse, but like we back up all the time, but we have designed it so that the big trucks, log trucks, you know, trucks with a lot of blind spots, let's just say, they don't have to back up. And so we actually have two loops. So a huge one that goes all the way around the log yard. It goes down below, and down there it does get really muddy. We can't always drive down there in all conditions, just for the reason that I just said. But then we also have a more skinny loop that runs just around the mill, which you guys have seen, and we do sometimes have that blocked off as well, or sometimes not everything can always fit through there because the jigs, and depending, like if our slabs are laying out super long, it can cover that up. Not really any way around that. Before we had actually had it on this side and it blocked this road. We don't have a lot of space here at the log yard, but between the two ways you should be able to find a way to get all the way around without having to back up. So that is something that we did specifically for a safety reason only. Like, we just want to make sure, because there's a lot of people here sometimes and it's a very small environment, we just want to make sure that everybody can be seen, and no backing up is necessary, so you're not seeing something behind you, someone more like it. Another thing is that we avoid going on certain deliveries in certain weather conditions, and we'll ask you when we schedule your firewood delivery what your prior experience is with your driveway. Of course, we just have to go off your guys' word, or the customer's word, what their experience is with it, and of course that doesn't always end up matching up with how you feel, but most of the time we don't have trouble, and that applies a lot in the winter time with snow as well, stuff like that. And of course, if you've been there before, or if I've been there before, the boss has, we know what the driveway is like, whether we're going to be able to get in there or not. We have certain customers that like instantly come to mind of like, you can't deliver it to them if it's been raining for a few days because their driveway just gets really bad or something. And that's just another thing that we try and actually keep track of, because we don't want to get stuck in a situation that we can't get out of. So that's just one more thing that we do to keep us safe while in the field. So another huge thing we do for safety is we color code our fuels, and this is a really big deal to us, so there's no confusion on which is which, because as you know, gas is extremely volatile and is really dangerous in a place like this. So the special precaution needs to be taken so no accidents happen. And so we have them color coded here: blue for kerosene, yellow for diesel, and red for gas. Eventually, we would like to move to all diesel engines just to avoid having gas at the log yard at all. And of course, it doesn't really need to be said, but I'll say it, these are all approved cans. One of the important things that we keep here just in case of an accident is our Refuge medical kit. And this thing is made in the USA and is probably the best first aid kit there is out there. And we're gonna go ahead and open it up and show it off to you guys because this thing is awesome. They will actually replace their kit if it is used to save a life, and it has been. Apparently 55 lives have been saved in 3 years with this kit. Super cool. There's a full list of everything that's included in it here. The unfortunate thing about working in an industry like this is that incidents are bound to happen despite all of the things you do to keep yourself safe, or at least try. Accidents happen, they do. So we have a phenomenal first aid kit here, but it's no good if you don't know how to use it. So they actually have classes that you can go and learn how to use all of this stuff, and we're probably going to go and learn too, because what good is it if you don't know how to use it right? And honestly, if I'm being honest, literally I don't know what half of this stuff does. So we're gonna go and learn about it. You might see that in a future video. If you guys are interested in getting one of these for yourself, because honestly you don't have to work in a dangerous industry to need one. You could be working in the kitchen, literally. So this kind of thing is useful to everybody, despite where you work. So if you guys are interested in getting one, you can save 10% by using the promo code LUMBER in all caps, and save yourself some money and go for it. One thing that we find important that other people in our industry seem to find less important, but we certainly don't, is leaving the safety shields on, making sure that they're all on at all times, because it's really easy to not, surprisingly. Like, stuff happens and you're doing a repair, it comes off, and then it never ends up going back on, because they're really hard to get on sometimes. I know from experience. This one right here, super tricky to get back on, and it's a pain. So it doesn't end up ever going back on, and then you have parts exposed. This one right here, I had an incident happen where a slab pulled back and it kind of just nicked the lip of that and yanked it off, and like that kind of stuff happens. And to us, it's just really important that you bang it back into place, it gets repaired instead of letting it go unrepaired. And I think that that's what happens sometimes. And then you have that open and exposed, and a lot of stuff can happen then. Getting sawdust in there, like, it ends up being a huge safety hazard just in general when you don't have those on, and that goes unnoticed a lot of the times in this industry. So we make sure to keep that shield on. The shields, these little doors you have to take off to get into the saw, and those things come off all the time, and man, you know how much time we spend undoing and doing those back into place when we take off that blade, you know, multiple times a day. If we're running the mill, sometimes we change the blade, you know, 2 times a day. So just depending on what happens, and those doors have to come off every single time. So it could be really tempting not to put them back or to do something like that. And you wouldn't really think about that being an issue, but you'd be surprised walking into some of the other mills around our area. Hey, maybe it's just a problem around our area, I don't know, but it's surprising. So that's just one more thing to think about. That's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time.